thinking I'm alive, about my desires. They're taking me away, somewhere I want to be without you. I'm learning how to breathe. It seems to be so slow. My life is getting colder. I'm learning how to live in this world that is asleep. I wanna feel that I'm the reason. Sad emotions every season. I want to feel your love in the darkness falling down. Don't be afraid to be so true. Just know that the reason is you. Say that I can find a way to give much joy to other people, to feel the love they're giving me. I know that it's not right to run away and hide, to act like I'm a single person, like I don't need anyone. I'm learning how to live in this world that is asleep. I wanna feel that I'm the sad emotions every season. I want to feel your love in the dark.
Well, good morning, everyone, or good afternoon, or good evening. You know, like what's that saying there? It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
We could just say good day.
Well, good day.
Oh, but then
but if there's somewhere, Welcome, everyone.
Say welcome.
Today's date is Saturday, June 1st. Happy June 1st.
Happy June.
Here in Canada, I don't know where it is, wherever you are, but here in Canada, we really, really celebrate June 1st because it's the sign that the really nice weather is coming.
Except it's raining out today.
Yeah, it's currently. Let me bring up our weather right now. It is currently 55 degrees Fahrenheit here in Canada. We are coming to you live from Powell River, British Columbia, Canada, which is 3 hours north of Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, or 424 miles south of the Alaskan border. What? What's that all about?
Taylor said she feels like she's in class with the blackboard.
Teacher's pet's got to sit up front, huh? Welcome to our YouTube channel and support group, The Cognitive Nomad. I'm your host and facilitator, Larry Giroux, and my co-host today is my beautiful and loving wife, Ananda.
Yeah.
I finally changed it for her. Happy wife, happy life. This is a place where this is a place where I share my journey about ADHD, BPD, chronic pain, and my love for travel. We want to foster a supportive community and break mental health stigmas along the way. We go live every Saturday with the Cognitive Nomad Show at 2 p.m. Eastern or 11 p.m. Pacific. These words are so hard today. For those that are new here, I started this channel in hopes of spreading awareness about mental health and its struggles, a place for you all to come and support each other in a loving and caring way. Please join our online peer support group at Facebook for mutual assistance and travel inspiration and any other supports that are needed along the way. There's the group's link right there, and subscribe and follow now for empathy, adventure, and advocacy. I want this to be a community-driven channel where we can all support each other in a loving, caring, and compassionate way. If you haven't hit the subscribe button yet, please consider doing so. This helps out the channel tremendously. And while you're at it, hit the bell notification so you can be notified of new content coming out or when we go live again. Please consider sharing our channel out to someone who you believe may benefit from our group. Also, please check out my other channel called Plum Travelers, which focuses on accessible travel, providing insights into disability-friendly destinations and cruising tips. Here's the link there. And so BetterHelp, BetterHelp is a platform, mental health platform that provides direct online counseling and therapy services via the web or phone text communication. This is not a sponsored link here. I do not get paid any commissions or anything like that. I do it because I know a lot of big, huge YouTube channels that get sponsored by that, and they're all saying it is a great place to go and get help if needed. It's a paid, it's kind of like a paid subscription kind of deal. So yeah, if you need any help, go check them out, and all links will be in the description below. And so today's topic is just an open panel. Join us live up on the panel. Let's chat. If not, please share your comments, questions, or concerns in the chat. And how was your week? Any struggles you would like to talk about today? Let us know in the comments, or join us up on the link. I'm going to share a link right now. One quick thing to this here, I want to let everybody else know, in order to come up live, you must be subscribed to the channel, because we get people coming in once you share links that are not really familiar. You get unfamiliar people coming on, and I don't want that to happen. So you must be subscribed to the channel in order to come up live. All right, so let's go into the chat. Let's share. Where am I doing this here? We're going to go this like this. Here it is. Boom. Smack a daddy. And then, oh, come on. How do I get this out of the way? I hate when this happens. You know what I mean?
Yep.
That heart. I got to talk to YouTube.
Press that little. What's that doing?
No. See, it won't even let me. Can some.
The dots are behind the heart.
I know. That's the problem.
That's weird.
That is so crazy, trying to get at this, trying to pin a link in here, and it won't let me.
So we have to move your comment up then.
That's right.
Would that work?
You know, here, put some hearts in there, guys, just to bring the comment section up here on my thing here.
It's still hiding.
Are you kidding me?
Wow.
See, look, it won't even let me touch it. Do it again. Do it again.
There, Taylor. We just wanted hearts.
No, look, it won't even let me go in there and pin it. Are you kidding me? Guys, just
Namaste. Can I pin it?
Can I pin it? Delete, put down. No.
Because I
don't get what's going on. Why is this not being pinned to the top? Can anybody help me to figure out? Look at this. This is what happens. I get stressed out. I'm trying to do a show here, and it's 1, 2, 3, breathe. Taylor, you know me. See, this is what this is what this channel's all about, supporting each other. Anyway,
when you want to smash your computer.
Well, gosh, I want to do more than that.
That makes no sense.
Look at it. See, it still won't let me touch, like, pin.
Yeah.
I really don't get it. Does everybody else know how to pin a comment to it?
You've done it before.
Yeah, I've done it before. Are you pinning it from within YouTube or within StreamYard? It won't do it in a stream. No, I'm doing it in my YouTube side, Dewey. Yeah. Report and block. When I click on the 3 dots, report and block. It's not giving me the option to.
You have to be logged into the same account as your.
Thank you, Dewey. That's why. Here we go. Because I come under Plump Travelers. Now it's going to let me pin the comment. There we go.
That would make sense.
You demand. You demand, Dewey. You demand, Dewey. Thank you for the support, Dewey. How did you know that?
Dewey's got lots of channels, probably.
No, I know.
He has that same issue every week at bingo and forget to log in on my bingo
channel.
channel.
There we go. There we go. Now we got figured out. So, Dewey, now you're going to have to come up and chit-chat and talk about your week. What's your struggles you have, Dewey? Why not? 0 to hero, yeah. We can go into chat saves in here. We got Dewey. And then we got Kenny. Hi, Kenny. How you doing? And then we got my sister.
Hi, John.
And then we got my daughter. I feel like I'm classing the chalkboard. Taylor, don't you miss being in school? Come
Yeah.
on. You've been out of school for, let me see, 6 years now.
Look, I can put my glasses on and be a real teacher too.
She's afraid, guys. Tell her she looks beautiful with the glasses on. She's afraid because she doesn't like the
No, I
glare
love
coming
my
from-
glasses.
I know.
I get distracted with the glare.
You don't need to worry about the glare. Teach me.
See,
Dewey needs to be taught.
Dewey, you need to come up to the front of class and explain.
Yeah, but he's forgetting, love. What's happening tonight? We'll be teaching Dewey some lessons tonight. Okay, Dewey?
Oh, Dewey's getting a shirt on, and then he'll be right
He'll
back.
get his shirt on.
Yeah, I
There
guess
we go.
this is a shirt channel.
Yeah, I gotta have the shirts on.
Shirts are good.
Thank you, Taylor, for your help. I appreciate it. All right. Yes. Yeah. Okay. So now I got to remember that next time. This is annoying having multiple channels. Hey, Dewey, I don't know if you're still around or hear me, but try doing you want different audios and stuff and trying to keep it from getting copyright protected. Not fun. Yeah, no. Oh, come on, Tootie. You can come up here, Tootie. See? Put your glasses on. Come on. Wear your glasses.
I always wear my glasses.
I'm hanging in there is about all I can say. Well, it sounds like you need to come up and hang out too, Kenny. Come up here and get some love.
Yeah.
Get some love, Kenny. Come on, there's the link right there. We're waiting. But before we bring anybody up, I'm gonna talk about something here that I have prepared just in case there's some down stuff. I'm gonna bring up this. Okay, you got me. Get rid of the comments. Here we go. Oh, the banner. Sorry, it was a banner. All right. So, what is the purpose of a peer support group? So, a peer support group services multiple purposes, primarily revolving around the idea of providing mutual support and shared experiences among individuals facing similar challenges or circumstances. Here are the main purposes of a peer support group. Number one, emotional support. Members offer each other. Now, got to remember here, guys, you got to pay attention there. Each other empathy. It's not just Larry and Annie. Come on, we got to support each other here. We're just facilitating. All right. So, with other empathy, understanding, and validation. Sharing experiences with others who are going through similar situations can become comforting and help reduce feelings of isolation and loneliness. So right now, I'm actually having some struggles myself. So is Ananda. We use what they call Rudraksha beads to take care of some of that struggle.
Been a rough couple days.
It's been a rough few days, yeah.
Energies are crazy. I don't know if anybody else believes in
a lot of negative stuff happening
energy,
around us
feeling energy, but it's been pretty rough around here.
So yeah, it's not about coming on here and asking people for sympathy. If you come up here and talk about what's going on, we're not going to judge you and make you feel like you're looking for sympathy. It's come up here and get some support, help you to feel a little better about your week, right? That's what a peer support group is all about, to help you, to lift you up, right? Not brag or seek sympathy from people. It's to help support you in a loving and caring and compassionate and empathetic way, right? Stop looking at the comments ahead, please. That's distracting. If you keep doing it, you're going to have to wear those glasses. Information sharing. Participants can exchange practical information and resources related to their shared challenges. This can include tips on managing symptoms, navigating the healthcare systems, coping strategies, and more. So both Anand and I, as we said before, we are going through a class right now. It's called DBT, Dialectical Behavioral Training. It's a once a week, 2-hour course that we go on through Zoom, and we're learning separately. We're learning all kinds of things on how to deal with a bunch of things that we're dealing with. So you can see, look at this. Okay, I'm going to bring him up just because I want to see what he's wearing.
He looks very handsome.
What is this? Oh, okay. I thought you were like in a suit and tie or something. It looked, Dewey.
Suit and tie, forget that.
Yeah, it looked like the way it looked here for me. Now I'm on a small screen because I got, you know how it is, multiple screens,
Oh,
Dewey.
yeah.
You know, you could, and it looked like you were wearing a suit and tie, but that's still a nice collared shirt.
Well, if we have a formal night, I'll make sure to dress appropriately.
Yes, yes.
Dewey, we already saw you on formal night on your Queen Elizabeth cruise.
Yep. Maybe
Yeah,
I'll have to do that online, is have a formal day and wear my tux when I'm online.
Yes.
Hey, wait a minute. One of your bingos or one of your other sexual
you
peekaboo
go
nights?
wear your
There you
tux.
go.
What's your peekaboo?
Maybe I
night?
get-
Yeah, you're the
maybe I
facilitator tonight, Dewey. So wear your tux tonight.
Yeah, as MC, I should dress appropriately. So.
Yes, I think so.
Well, I don't know. I thought it was a clothing optional show, Dewey.
I won't go that far yet.
No. It's not that way, folks. It's not that way. We're only just razzing Dewey here. Dewey, I just want to finish up this and we'll talk some more if that's okay.
That's
okay
good. I'll be hanging around.
Yeah. No, you're right here. You don't have to leave. You just, I'm going to focus on this just to finish this up, and then we'll go back to talking.
Okay.
Skill development. Peer support groups often provide opportunities to develop coping skills, problem-solving strategies, and other tools that can help members manage their circumstances more effectively. I know when I was having a lot of struggles back in 2009, I actually did think people, when they talked about their problems, thought they were, just looking for sympathy. It's like, you know what? Get a life. You know what I mean? Like, I have problems just no different than anybody else. Oh, you might have. He'll be back.
He'll be back.
And so I always thought that's what it was, people looking for sympathy, but that's not what it is if I hear somebody else going through some struggles and I hear how they're dealing with it, that helps me to figure it out how to go and maybe take care of it. Because there's a lot of things that's got to do with help. People are afraid to seeking help, and a lot of them don't know that they have a problem. They don't know how to deal with it and stuff like that. So then we can see that others have gone through it, and so now we can relate in that situation, right? There he is again. Here we go. Oh, wait. Uh-oh. Are you ready now? You're good? I'm bringing you up.
Yeah, I'm so used to hosting and not guesting that I realized when I popped out of it to do something else, it flushed me out.
Yeah.
See, that's the
Take
crazy
it
thing.
out.
The crazy thing about multiple channels and multiple screens, this thing, people don't really know how hard it is on this side of the screen to produce a show. It's tough sometimes.
It is annoying that once you're on here, you can't leave the screen or read out.
Yeah, and
on your phone.
I know many times on my mouse, because I have a 5-button mouse, and I know I clicked on it before, and it's like backspace, and it takes you out of the screen, and it screws up your life. I've done that before.
Yeah, I was just trying to see the chat, and unknowingly when I toggled into that this into YouTube, and I disappear here.
Yeah, I've done
Well,
that
Dewey,
many a time.
I know your room, so why don't you have this on your big screen?
Because I'm too lazy to get out of the recliner. You are up on the big screen. I just not at the.
Oh, I am on the big screen. Oh,
Yeah.
that's yeah. All right, let's finish this off here. Empowerment. Being part of a supportive community can empower individuals by boosting their self-esteem and confidence. It helps members feel more in control of their situation, more capable of making positive changes in their lives. I think for me in this one is when I was a front desk support worker, I would hear everybody's story and stuff like that, and it helped me to deal with mine on an easier scale, I guess you would say, because my life compared to a lot of people out there, we've heard Danny's story the other day there, Dewey. I've heard so many stories of people out there that have had some really rough upbringings.
Yeah.
And it's so sad. And so what happens is that helps me to see where my life was. It helped me to see, okay, you know what? Yeah, you had this happen to you, you had that happen to you, but it helps me to deal with it on an easier scale, I guess. And then so once I see that, and then people saying, hey, yeah, Lara, hey, I did this or I did that, and then it confirms that these strategies and skills that you gain from other people does really work. So yeah, empowerment is a very good thing with this. Then there's the social connection, like we're doing right now. These groups provide a sense of community and belonging. Social connections formed in peer support groups can lead to lasting friendships and a broader support network. That's what I find amazing about the cruise community here that we follow, is that everybody is so caring and compassionate about each other. You know, like sadly the other day, somebody losing their hero in their life, you know, and everybody reaching out and giving their condolences and stuff. It's amazing when you have that social connection out there. And with this cruise community, I found it so helpful with dealing with a lot of my things, right? I'm actually learning things from the community because, like I said to you, Dewey, when I was on the cruise with you and the lack of communication that we had, I felt lost and lonely. But then I also learned from that at a later date, but I was still able to learn from it.
I realized that on my cruise last week because I had no Wi-Fi, and being out of touch, even if it was just with a text message, I mean, I think that was probably one of the reasons I was so down and depressed so much of the trip, because that is such a big part of me that I didn't have that. And I didn't feel comfortable.
Yeah. Well, actually, that's what I want to talk to you about is your cruise and that kind of thing, Dewey, because you said it was one of your worst, I guess, last week. You were saying it was one. So I want to talk about that after we just finish up this here, if that's okay. Are you okay with that?
Yep.
Yeah. Reduction of stigma. Sharing experiences openly in a safe environment helps reduce the stigma associated with certain conditions life challenges. This can encourage members to seek help and support without fear of judgment. Now, in this sense here, since we are live on the internet, so Anand and I, we're pretty open about what we speak about because we've done this before. We were outreach workers, and so we were able to talk to people and help them and encourage them before. And so we're not too worried about the private part, but I do know there is people out there that are pretty private about their information, and that's okay. As long as you can come on here and see the information and get encouraged and inspired by it, that's one of the important things as well. Like, you know, I do say, you know, if you want to come up and talk about it, you can. But again, I needed to bring in this here, which is, let me see, where's my overlays? This here, which is the disclaimer. The information on this channel is provided as an information resource only and is not supposed to be used or relied on for any diagnostic treatment or purposes. It is also important to never self-diagnose yourself or try to diagnose anyone without proper training. Please consult your healthcare provider before making any healthcare decisions or for guidance about a specific medical condition. Cognitive Nomad expressly disclaims responsibility and shall have no liability for any damages, loss, injury, or liability whatsoever suffered as a result of your reliance on the information contained on this channel. By joining this group or joining any of its discussions, you agree to those terms and conditions which may from time to time be changed or supplemented by Cognitive Nomad. If you do not agree to foregoing the terms and conditions, you should not enter into any of its discussions. So yeah, like it is a safe environment here. So when I was working at the homeless shelter, obviously we would have to have sign an NDA that we couldn't reveal private information, and it is like we don't go. So if you're talking today, Dewey, I'm not going to run around saying, well, yeah, Dewey said this and said that. This is a private place, even though we're still open to everybody else out there. Like, and I encourage everybody else to be that way as well, right? That's how you build support, right?
And that's one thing about me. My level of privacy is very low. So
Yeah.
my life is an open book. I don't hide anything. So
Same with Ananda and I. Well, more so me. Ananda's can be private.
I've had so many people try to blackmail me and
Oh.
think that telling family, friends, etc., and sharing pictures and all that stuff. And I said, please do. I need all the help I can get.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Inspiration and hope. Hearing success stories and seeing others overcome similar obstacles can be inspiring and provide hope. It can motivate members to stay committed to their own journeys of recovery or personal growth, which this will lead me to my daily or weekly inspirational video. I want to share that. Let's see if it'll go over top of this. Will it go over top of what I'm sharing? I hope.
It should.
I actually really love that quote.
I do too. That's so beautiful.
Well, what happens is a lot of people, they get stuck in, I'm having such a rough life and life sucks, and they get pushed into a corner and do, crazy things. Well, the first thing you need to do is get the situation. I moved out west. Well, actually, my very first time ever leaving St. John, I was 17. I hitchhiked to Toronto, got out of town, and I learned a lot from that trip, hitchhiking and stuff like that. That's where you learn a lot of things in life. Once you get outside of your little bubble, there is an expression that I use. It's not very. I'm going to use it, because I'm not worried about being demonetized or anything. I say to people, well, I haven't really said it too much, but I do say it. But it's like, if you don't like sitting in a pile of shit, get the frig out of your pile of shit and go somewhere else where you don't have to sit in your pile of shit, right?
Unfortunately, so many people with deep troubles enjoy having those deep troubles and like being the center of attention because of it.
Yeah, there is that side of things. You're right. They don't know how and stuff, and that's why it's always important for us to keep encouraging people. Don't give up on people. Be empathetic and understanding to why these people, they're annoying. It's annoying seeing people like, they complain, but they don't want to, it's like Ananda's mom made a song, The Circle of Insanity. Yeah. You keep complaining. Well, change it. Change your environment. Change whatever you're going through. And then things start to change, right?
God free will for a reason.
Yes.
That's right. It's up to us. It's not about society to change for you. It's us. We need to change who we are. I can't change Dewey, and Dewey can't change me. But what we can do is encourage each other and all that. But it's up to us to do that work, not somebody else do that work. You hear people complaining, the rents are so high in this place. Well, you know what? That's not their problem. That's not society's problem. Just fix your problem. Go out and change that environment. Make whatever you need to do to get out of that situation. Anyway, I'm getting very passionate about that one. Then there's accountability. There we go. Accountability. Regular meetings and the encouragement from peers can help individuals stay accountable to their goals and commitments, whether they are related to health, personal development, or other areas. When I first met Ananda, she was going through her own programs and stuff like that, and I didn't understand them, but I had to learn all those kinds of things and on what she was going through. I had my own personal judgments, I'm going to say, but excuse me. But being married to her and stuff, I get to hold her accountable to a lot of the things as well. But she holds me accountable too. Talking about food. I want certain foods, and she says no, and I get mad, and she said Oh, and then she reminds me that I have diabetes. Yeah. We all need to be held accountable for our things. And that's why I love my relationship with Ananda, because she's able to be the other side. She's the rational most times. Not always. Sorry, I'm not going to give you that one.
We all need a devil's advocate.
Yes. Yes.
You're right. Anyway, the overall purpose of a peer support group is to create a safe, supportive environment where individuals can share their experiences, gain insights, and support each other in navigating their respective challenges. There we go. We got through that. I just wanted to bring that up because I'm just trying to encourage people. If you got anything you want to talk about, come up here like you are doing right now, right? Don't be afraid. Don't be shy. Come on in and say hi.
Our little rhyme.
Our little rhyme. And speaking of, we're ready to bring up somebody else. You ready, buddy? Here we go. There he is.
Hi guys.
Hey, Kenny.
How you doing?
Doing all right, about yourself?
As Ananda said, we're having a little bit of struggles, but hey, you guys are helping lifting us up too, right? So hopefully we can help lift you up as well. How's your week?
It's been going okay so far. I may be getting where I can move closer to my dad. So it's not set in stone yet, but
so I'm wondering. So here in Canada, like if you get into housing, like there are different names for them. But if you get into subsidized housing, you can put in a request to move to another subsidized area. I don't think they allow it frequently, but it's so in your case, you want to be closer to your dad. So they allow you in special circumstances to be able to put it. So you can do that, Kenny?
As long as I give a 30-day notice, I can.
So just like a regular. Yeah.
I have to give HUD, the people, a 30-day notice. Plus, I have to give the people I'm renting from a 30-day notice at the same time.
Yeah. But then you also got to put in a request, though, right? You can't just say, I want to move and move me. You have to request a move, right?
Well, I have to give them the reasoning for moving.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you're pretty much the same.
Which I've already told that. I've already said that to the HUD people and the people I'm renting from before. But
well, I really hope you get closer to your papa, man.
I'm supposed to go Wednesday to fill out some more paperwork. For this place and go from there. So I don't know when.
Fingers crossed, everybody.
Yeah. So.
But where you need to put your reliance on, though, right? For that matter.
Yes.
That's right. You need you make sure you do that. Dewey, I wanted because last week I was going to talk to you because you had commented about your cruise. So now we get to talk about your cruise. Would you like to talk about your cruise, Dewey?
Sure. I'm always willing to talk. You know me.
No, I know you. That's why I love you, Dewey. So what made it the worst? Because you were saying it was one of your worst cruises you ever been on?
Yeah. My frame of mind wasn't the best. First few days I was having issues. Every time I ate something, I had to be close to the bathroom. So that kind of put a kilt into things. And I just wasn't feeling very social on the cruise. I had a lot of my own.
This was a solo cruise, right? Just to clarify, this was a solo cruise. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, there were people on the cruise that I already knew, but I wasn't.
But you're still sailing solo, yeah.
Yeah, still by myself, and that I've noticed in the last few cruises that has affected my level of cruising. So that's how I know, my personal life. I'm ready to find somebody in my life. I think because the solo cruising is starting to feel more lonely than it ever used to and stuff, and that affects my frame of mind a lot too, I think.
I understand that quite seriously, Dewey, because when I first met Ananda, well, I was previously married for 18 years to Taylor's mom. I'm so used to being with somebody that I was very lonely after the divorce and all that kind of stuff, like you're saying. But that was for a few years. But I don't like being alone. I don't like living alone like you are right now. It would drive me insane being single and not having somebody in my life that even just a friend to live with or something. It would.
For the first few years, I enjoyed that, but
yeah,
I've had enough of that now. And
luckily, playtime's over. Yep.
You have a roommate now. You met him in December, Chocolate.
Yep.
And I love when he's home. Of course, he's not home all the time because he does work on cruise ships. But I enjoy having somebody around to talk to.
Companionship. You need somebody. I personally need somebody around me. It's
Yeah, the dog is good company, but she never talks to me. So
well, I have a cat too, right? Like they give you a certain amount of company, right? Like Kenny, you're living by yourself now too, right?
Yeah, I'm living by myself. Yeah.
Do you get lonely?
I do it. I do at times.
But he must like his not privacy, his freedom.
Yeah.
I do like my freedom though, but
internet
living alone, right?
Do what now?
Is it your first time living alone?
I've been by myself for a couple hours before when I was back at home in Tennessee, but not for very long. But
yeah.
I mean, I have been by myself, but this is actually since I moved here in North Carolina. This is actually, and since I moved in this place, this has actually been my first time ever I've been this long without somebody being around.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because Papa was always your support in that sense, right?
Yeah. So.
And then I understand we do like our little bit of freedom sometimes to be able to walk around our house naked if we want to.
Yeah. Yeah. That.
Put a sock on the door.
You don't have to put the sock on the door.
Yeah.
Sometimes on YouTube, you got to go put a shirt on.
Yeah.
Sometimes you put that shirt on.
But and of course, when I get to talk to my fiance, she kind of keeps me occupied.
Wait a minute. Are you using the phone to communicate here? Is what's going on there, Kenny?
Huh?
YouTube, no.
See, no wonder he's enjoying his freedom. Nobody can walk in you.
The next thing you know, he'll have his own. What do they call that? Can't even remember the name now, but he'll have his own channel where he'll be.
Channel,
That's it. That's what I was trying to think.
He knows what an OnlyFans channel is.
What's that now?
OnlyFans channel. You know what?
We told him what it was the other week.
We shared what it was.
You can make some extra income that way, Kenny.
Dewey. So how did you deal with all that? Like, how was it that you were able to,
I spent a lot of time in a Love Boat.
Cleaning up Love Boat?
Yep, they got all the Love Boat episodes on their TV, so I watched them.
Really? Well, it's not surprising. Well, it's you were with Princess, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I only been on Carnival, and they did. I remember them having Love Boat because I love Love Boat.
No, it's just on the princess ships. That's one of their features they have. So.
Oh, actually, that
That'd
would
be
be
cool.
That would be cool.
You're on the cruise ship watching the.
I felt kind of bad because that's one of the things I always harass people about. You don't go on a cruise to watch TV, and what did I do?
Yeah,
Cruise, I was watching TV.
exactly.
Ironically, that's what I did when you guys were all hanging out with Kenny. I was in the room watching TV, eating. What did I get? I got a hot dog. I think it was with room service.
Oh my god.
I ordered a lot of room service that on this cruise. So.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Dude, that makes me sad knowing that. Seriously, you need to bring me on a cruise. I know I can't afford it. You can't, but hey, I'd make your cruise enjoyable.
Sometimes it's nice to just have those quiet ones, though, where you do just stay in your room and have room service and have your own time.
Well, to be honest, my first cruise was a solo cruise myself, Dewey. And again, I don't like being by myself, but D&J from Paragia was on it. Jason and Elisa from EECC Travels was on there, and they were having a group cruise their own.
Mm-hmm.
And then so I met some people on the channel there. But I also see how you interact on a cruise ship, Dewey, and that's how I am too. Like I'm out there trying to meet and greet and talk to people and stuff like that. Yeah, it's a great time in that sense.
And I did a lot of that too. Because that's how I spent the first half of most of my days. Because when I get up in the morning, first thing I like to do is I go all the way up to the top deck and see what the weather's like. And I kind of roll my way down. And usually by the time I make it to the Lido, if I'm already sweating, that's when I decide I'm not going ashore. I'm getting where it's cool. And I head down to the cooler decks. And luckily that ship was cool everywhere, pretty much. So.
Nice.
So do you still use that fan?
I don't take it with me on the cruises, no. But most of the time my room is always plenty cool. So.
Oh, you still have it there for me when I come cruising, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's in Chocolate's room. So.
Okay. All right. I want to actually get one for home. I actually like that fan. It's a USB fan. It folds up and down. You have it high or on a tabletop. It's got a remote.
And I've got a little one like this that I use if I need
Nice.
some air flowing around me in the house. But usually I turn on sometimes when I'm just too lazy to get up and turn the ceiling fan on, I'll just grab that.
Is it hot there?
Pardon?
Is it hot there now?
It's hot outside, yeah. Temperature.
Right now, it's 86 degrees Fahrenheit.
It's only 86 today, but it's been up.
It's only 86 today. Oh.
We've been in the 90s most days, on record highs here. So.
What's it like where you are, Kenny?
It's been like 64, I think. It's somewhere around in the 60s, I think.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't mind the 50s and 60s. Those are great temperatures.
Right now it is currently 72.
Oh.
Feels like 72.
Having a heat wave there.
But it's supposed to have like 70 with a high of 73 today and a low of 56.
Actually, no, wait. You're in North Carolina or South?
I am in North Carolina.
But isn't that considered the South? Like North Carolina is still considered the South, or like of the country, right? Come on, guys. Come on, I'm Canadian. I don't know my American guys.
Or is it mid?
What do you mean?
Is it like middle America or South?
What I'm getting at is because when you hear of southern states like Louisiana, all those states down south, we think very.
I know I'm Eastern. I know I'm Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah. But so South Carolina is closer to the ocean than North Carolina, obviously South.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering, like the temperatures. The reason why I'm saying that is because you're saying it's in the 70s. Because I assumed you're still in the South with that accent.
Yeah.
And I thought it would be much hotter there.
I haven't. I've had people tell me that since I'm up in the higher elevations on a mountain like that, it shouldn't be that bad in the spring and summer. But I don't know. I haven't. This is going to be my first time experiencing this type of weather in the spring and summer.
Now, you guys also had your what do you call it? Some big storms going on there, didn't you?
Yeah, we've had some big snows. I've been stuck in the house for over a week or more because of snow before, and the thing about it is that I'm in an area where I'll get it more than they do in the other part in the Spruce Pine area.
Did you get any of the? Go ahead.
See, it's sort of the same like
Elevation.
New Mexico. It's on the same
Yeah.
line. So middle America, sort of middle southern.
So you're. Is she? Where's showing where New Mexico is?
Because New Mexico's
There,
here. They
and then
share the same line.
Oh, I see.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Horizontal.
Oh, so you're even farther east. Okay. I actually thought it was on the other side.
No, it's on the East Coast.
And it won't be my peekaboo shirt. Are you wearing your peekaboo shirt?
Not right now.
Uh-oh. Dawn's having a menopausal. Yep. Kenny, you don't know what those are, but Dewey and us, we're up there in age. We know what those things are. Dewey, did you ever hear of andropause?
Did I ever hear what?
Andropause.
Yep.
Andropause, Kenny, is men's menopause. Like, this is my sister, so that's a women's menopause. Well, men goes through menopause as well, but they call it andropause.
Okay.
So I get a lot of hot flashes, just like women do. And she's saying I have menopausal rage. If you've been in a relationship with a female that has regular stuff, Kenny, every month, using food and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So that's all part of it. Your hormones change, and you get
Kenny knows now. He has got his fiance.
I know.
So
he'll know.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's all he's saying on that.
That's all I'm gonna say on that one.
Ironically, right now I'm actually having a hot flash right now, and it's not because I'm embarrassed. It's because I get hot flashes. Yeah, can you see it? Yeah. Which is I was cycled before menopause. It's 2 times worse now.
Exactly.
That's why she takes medication.
Dawn's running around.
But whatever you do not piss Cindy off.
Do not get driving in front of her.
Do not drive around her.
Road rage?
You want to see road rage? Yeah.
Well, I don't know if you call it road rage. I would call it menopausal rage.
Yeah, it's a whole new type of rage.
Oh my.
No.
So that's all part of this mental health and stuff like this. So I actually am dealing with hormones. So people don't see that. That's all part of hidden disabilities. See, in America, you guys, your system is different than ours up here. We're more on the social side of things. Mm-hmm. Where we go more into the social programs, whereas America is a little bit tighter on those social programs. So here in Canada, even hormonal changes are disability. They're not meant so that you can get on disability with just that, but people don't see hormonal changes. So when they see my sister Dawn driving down and smashing into people's back ends because she's angry with them, they only see that she's angry, but they don't see that she's menopausal.
Hormones can cause all sorts of issues.
I'm just joking.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm really making this into a lightheaded joke there. It's so when I get mad at Ananda, everybody knows that it's wrong to yell and all that kind of stuff at people. We all know that it's wrong. That's abuse. Well, sometimes I do yell at Ananda, and it's all based off of these hormonal things. Like when she was saying with this menopausal rage, in a man's sense, there's a name that they give people going through andropause, and that's the grumpy old man syndrome. Dewey, you're up there in age. You must get irritable a lot, don't you? In your
I have
age?
moments.
Yes. Right? Now, is that you
Even
because
when
you're a
I'm
bad person, Dewey?
Moments.
Is it because you're a bad person?
No.
Right?
Sometimes it's healthy to have those moments.
Well, we're allowed to be angry.
Yeah.
We're totally allowed to be angry at somebody.
And that's what people often found, and I've had this most of my life. You know, most of the time I'm an easygoing, fun-loving kind of person. But sometimes I just get to the point where I have to blow. And I'll blow up big time for like 30 minutes. I got to get it out of my system. But once it's out of my
Doesn't that
system,
sound familiar, love?
then
Yeah.
I'm right back to being the happy-go-lucky person. And
Yeah, you
God
sound
forbid
like
the person that gets in my way during those 30 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
I had a boss.
Wow.
I had
I'm
a boss
exactly
one
the
time.
same.
Speaking of relating,
I was mad at a coworker, and he just pissed me off enough, and I was just in the right mood. I was ranting and raving and slamming things around and all this kind of stuff, and my boss came in to see what was wrong, and I just told her, I says, I'm not mad at you, but I've got to get it out of my system. Just leave me alone, and we'll talk later. Well, she kept pushing it, and then she got the full brunt of Dewey gone crazy. Like if it had been a cartoon, her hair would have been flying back straight. And then after I calmed down, I went up and I apologized for her. I told her, I said, I wasn't even mad at you, but you wouldn't leave it alone, and I let it loose.
Yeah.
So
I
she found out
think
that,
what I
you know,
wanted to
I
bring
said,
out
"You
into
leave
that
me alone."
Yeah.
is that these things are hidden. And I'm also trying to bring out awareness with hidden disabilities. You know, Kenny, you have a walker, so you have a visual cue that you have a disability.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Ananda and I, we don't have cues, visual cues to show that we have a lot of disabilities. We do,
Mm-hmm.
right? And that's what I'm trying to bring out in all of this is what I'm saying here, Dewey, like with you. Like, I'm sure there's some underlying reason why you're getting angry with that. Right? That doesn't make you a mean person. That's what's happening. Society, all they do is they see us in the moment that we're angry. Okay, yeah, it's wrong to yell and scream at somebody. Yes, you're right, it is. But we all, where the empathy and understanding needs to come in is that, you know, these are things that we're dealing with in our own lives that, you know what, yeah, you can say, you know what, Dewey, that was wrong for you to yell at me, but still have understanding to why you did it, right? You know, and that's, and this is not asking for special privileges or anything. It's just understanding instead of jumping right to lock them up and throw away the key kind of
And
attitude.
that's the key thing there is it's the understanding bit because, you know, it's like I knew that it wouldn't last long and all this stuff, but I knew I had to get it out of my system. Otherwise it would keep festering.
Yeah.
And that, you know, fortunately I didn't do that often, but I remember the same place I was working. I was a cook in a hotel at the time. And one night it was very slow. And so we were cleaning in the kitchen. You know, it's like if you got time to lean, you got time to clean. You know, everybody's heard that.
See?
Well, I out the reach-in refrigerator and all that
So
stuff.
that happens in America too. You got time to lean, you got time to clean. Yep. Oh, that's common.
You know, the little 5-pound cottage cheese plastic cartons. I had one of those with ketchup in it in the top of the refrigerator. Well, when I reached out to pull it out, my hands were slick from all the greasy cleaning, and it dropped it.
Nice.
And it hit square on the floor. That ketchup splashed back up. Clean refrigerator, ceiling, and everything.
Oh my God.
Oh. And we had an open kitchen. Customers could see and hear me. Well, after I cleaned up all of that and compose myself, there were two old ladies sitting out in our dining room having dinner. Well, I went out and I apologized to them because that wasn't very
Yeah.
professional to, customers be able to hear something like that. And they just looked at me and they said, "Oh, honey, we would have said a lot worse."
Yeah, exactly.
I think
People can relate.
I think an important part in that too, Dewey, is that where I was mentioning the accountability is we need to realize that we did something wrong. So when I get very irritable, I'll let Annette love. I'm really having a bad off day here, and I do happen to get angry at something or whatever the case. I will take it full accountable for what I did wrong, because obviously it's wrong for me to yell at Ananda and stuff like that, and it's abuse. I'm not purposely abusing her. I'm not going out of my way just to be the power trip or anything. It's because I'm off. My hormones are off, and you know what I mean. And then I take it out on her, and it's not fair to her, right? And I feel like garbage, like you know what I mean. But those things happen, right? So one of the stigmas I wanted to get rid of is that not everybody are bad people out there. When we're angry and stuff and we do those wrong things, it's not that we're doing it on purpose. We're so messed up with this. Life is so hard, and we get caught up in the moment and we do certain things. But I think the important part is that as long as we can recognize that and see that we did something wrong and show Ananda that I'm really, really, truly sorry for yelling at you, and try our best to ever make it happen.
Communication is so important and stuff, is you let your partner or whoever's around you and stuff know what's happening with you, so they can better understand it. Then they can help support you instead of be angry at you and be antagonistic.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
The cruise. So what made your cruise?
I'm just gonna run to the bathroom.
Yeah. What made your cruise one of the worst?
The health issues I had in the early part of it, and the emotional issues the latter half of it. It was one of the few cruises I've been on. I couldn't wait to get home.
So that was a Dewey thing, or was it the cruise thing?
No, it was definitely a Dewey thing. There was nothing. The ship was beautiful. The food was good. I mean, even though it didn't sit well with me, there was nothing wrong with the food, and the whole, cruise was nice. I just had my own issues I was going through that piled up, and just I couldn't afford to.
What ship and what ports did you visit?
We were on the Enchanted Princess out of here in Fort Lauderdale. And we went to Cozumel, Roatan, Belize, and Costa Maya.
Oh, I want to do that itinerary so bad.
Yep. And to me, I just call it the usual suspects, because it's like...
Yeah.
Well,
you like the Effie stores, Dewey.
Yep. And I went ashore in Cozumel because I know the people at the Effie store there. So I went there to socialize and stuff. But I didn't go ashore at any of the other places. So.
You didn't go ashore on any of the other places?
Well, I've been ashore at all those other places so many times. There's nothing I really want to go to.
And you're not really a beach guy, are you, Dewey?
No, and I'm not a heat guy. As hot as it was, to go somewhere and work up a sweat, I want to be doing something fun.
I hear you. I guess
appeal.
Tony, I think it was Tony, inspired me actually. Tony from La Lila Loca inspired me to go for a walk around Aruba. Like you took Kenny to, I think, the restaurant, right? You and Dewey went to the restaurant, Kenny?
Yeah, we went down to that one bar and restaurant.
Yeah, we went down to that one bar and restaurant, and that, I believe that was the day that I did that walking, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Hey, you were out walking me, young man.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was where I did that. And then that same day, later on that evening, Darian.
Yep.
And
the German restaurant.
We went to the German restaurant, but I will say that I did not walk to the.
No, you took a nap or something.
Well, I know how tired I felt by the time we were back between the heat and all the walking, so I can imagine how you felt.
Yeah, I was tired. So I wound up riding the wheelchair from my room to the restaurant. So
Well, that's
Actually,
one thing I learned that day. Just because you have a walker, you're not shouldn't underestimate you. You can hustle.
he can hustle with that walker, man. I'm totally amazed. Actually, I met you guys at the gangway when you were coming back. You were with Darian and stuff in Aruba. I was
he wanted a group of us to go to that German restaurant because he found one German restaurant in that area, and unfortunately, I wanted to get some spaghetti ice, but they didn't have that. So,
so
I'm sure
that whole Aruba looks like an amazing place to go for a walk. It really does. Like Tony was doing that. That's something that I'm a water guy. When I was in Aruba, I don't know if you guys remember that I went on an excursion, on a snorkel excursion with Matt and Kimbra, Rebecca, and what's his name? You know him, Kenny. Let me see.
Were John and Nancy there?
No.
talking? What are we talking about now?
When we went on to the snorkel, when you were at the restaurant or out with Dewey, we went on a snorkeling adventure. And it wasn't actually hot for us because I was on a sail with a nice cool breeze.
Was it Danny Griswold?
No. He's a nomad. He's not the name. What's his name?
Blaine?
Huh?
What?
Was it Blaine?
No. He lives in his own vehicle. He lives in his own vehicle.
Mike? No, it wasn't Mike.
Anyway, it's okay. So there was Matt, Kimbra, Rebecca, me, and 5 of us. We went on to this excursion. It was that sold me on snorkeling. Like from now on, anytime I'm looking for an excursion, if there's a snorkel on sale, I'm going on it because I love it. For one, you're in these hot places. I want in that water. Get me in that cool water. And so yeah, that's what I want to do. Oh, she's bringing a coffee, but she never.
I asked you if you wanted another one
earlier.
Do you want one now?
Please, since we're going to talk some more. Yeah, I want this to be like how Papamosa did before, where we're not done in an hour. Now, I don't mind, but Ananda, she'll give me an hour of her time, and that's it. She's coming back, but I don't want to sit there and I'm done in an hour. Yeah, she'll leave when she needs to. What was I gonna say? So Aruba, like, because you guys went for a walk around there, and so when I saw Tony's little solo stroll by himself, that looked like an interesting. It actually reminded me because you have not been there, Dewey or Kenny. Mexico, Puerto Vallarta.
I've been there.
Oh, that's right. Yes, you've been to Puerto Vallarta. Yeah. So did you?
I haven't though.
No, you haven't, Kenny. Did you find that they looked alike a little bit? Now I'm only going by Tony's video, like I'm talking about the little walk.
Yeah, a lot of the stuff in the Caribbean and stuff like that, they all look alike after a while. So.
Oh, do they? Yeah. See, there we go.
Unless you're in the far eastern Caribbean, like from the ABC Islands and up around there and stuff, they have a little different look. But most of the rest of the Caribbean and Mexico, after a while, it's very easy to. Where am I? Because they all tend. I mean, they're over commercialized and touristized. And
well, truthfully, you're a socializer, Dewey. You're a sociable guy, and so that's where you get your most out of cruising. Me, I'm a water guy. I want that water. I can't do a lot of walking, but I'm also a social guy like you. And truthfully, you actually sold me on piano bars, Dewey. No, seriously. That is my enjoy. I don't want to go to this really loud, crazy, I don't mind live music like Ananda and I, we did, what is it, a couple weeks ago? Where we went to that band with Chris and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I don't mind that, but I think Ananda and I think, because I've never been to a piano bar with Ananda, but I know her style and she knows mine. I think piano bars, how we were sitting with Deborah and her mom and stuff like that in the piano bar, That's my cup of tea. Listen to somebody play some music and just chit chat and just relax. I'm done with that party scene. Whereas Kenny, you don't drink.
Yeah, I'm not a sail away party person. And the one time I tried to get into it, the cruise director called me out and embarrassed me in front of the whole ship, and I just told her to fuck off, and that was the last time.
Oh, yeah. See, I actually like the sail away, but I don't need to go to it. Like, I've already seen it. So
I'll watch it from afar or up on the upper deck. I won't participate.
I will not go down there. And I'm not a dancer. I could do certain things.
This was on the Celebration when we were on the Vista.
Yeah, same with us.
So I was down there because all of the people that we were with were down there. But I'm not a dancer. I did a little bit of movement. Well, the cruise director, she called me out and commented because I wasn't moving enough. And she said, well, if you're going to be down here, you got to move better than that and all this kind of stuff. And I just looked up at her and gave her the finger and told her to fuck off. And I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that, but I walked off, and that was the last time I've been on the Lido deck for a sail away.
Wow. See,
I never was a fan anyway, but I wanted to be there with my friends, and now it's like friends or no friends. I'm sorry, I ain't going there.
So the sail away, because I was on the Celebration as well, but I was on the Panorama and you were on the Vista.
Yeah.
And so, we did the sail away as well. And I actually have a time lapse of it. And actually, it was fun. Well, that was my very first sail away ever. It was really windy, but there were a lot of people there. And it looks fun, but only from a distance. I will not go down there and do all the butt shaking. And
that's something I'm not a participatory fan of.
No, that's right.
I don't mind watching and seeing other people have fun, and I would like to have that kind of fun, but that's not my kind of thing. I don't feel comfortable doing that, but there's very little I don't feel comfortable doing, but that's just one.
See, I've always been that way. I always shied away from public speaking kind of stuff. I was always shy. But when we got married in Mexico, I think the video is still up on YouTube. I have a video. It's not a great quality video because it was done on an iPhone 3.
4.
Was it? No. This was the iPhone 3.
4.
I had the iPhone 3. And so we took a video. So Ananda was recording it. But what it was, and I'm very upset because Americans are much louder than Canadians. We're meat. We're not as loud. And I'm not saying that in a what do you call it? In an offensive way. So what they did was they started saying we need some people to come up here, and they started naming off countries and stuff. And so they got Mexico, America, and a bunch of others, but they kept ignoring Canada. And so me having double-fisted drinks in my hand and who wasn't shy at the time, I yelled Canada. And right away he says, so you come on up on this stage. And normally at that time I would have done the same thing you would have said to me. No, go away, no way.
Because it was a dancing competition.
It was a dancing competition. I didn't know at the time, Dewey. Anyway, the big girl, like the girls with the big bow of feathers and all that, the chest hanging out, all that kind of stuff. Well, they had guys too, Dewey, just so you know. Yeah, we're going there. And so, to get us up on the stage. And so all four of us, I think the first guy, I think it was the American. Yeah, I think the American went, and there was two Canadians. Two Canadians and two U.S.
Yeah.
A Canadian and a Mexican.
Yeah. And
so they did the American, they did Mexican, or can't remember what order they did. Anyway, long story short, by clapping, they said, give it around, by clapping, give us who you think should win. Well, they did me first. And
it was the funniest by far.
I was.
The audience was like in tears when he was up there. Like,
But
Oh my god.
but the reason why I came in second is because there was a lot more
Americans cheered
Americans,
louder. Yeah.
much louder cheering.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But Dewey, now
As Captain Billy likes to say, sometimes those things are rigged. So
Yeah, that's what's definitely rigged. Yeah.
I had that happen to me on a Virgin cruise. I was selected for one of the little things they were doing in a club, and they selected me and a gal for the first participatory event, and we were both given a bow, and we had to do our best model strut and stuff up and down the aisle and stuff. Well, I got the loudest cheering and applause,
Yeah.
but they still awarded it to her, and I thought, well, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Ahoy there! Your captain is speaking, the real captain, Captain Billy J. Captain back to back, captain side by side of a day in between in 25.
Kenny, I'm trying to get you over to this channel. Your soundbite is on my Plum Traveler side, and I can't figure out how to download it because I can't find it. So I have to download it from Plum Travelers and bring it over to my cognitive nomad.
Okay.
You're coming, Kenny.
All right.
I gotta get one for Dewey. I already know one for you, Dewey. Dewey, do I have permission to use some of your content? I don't want to.
If I've said it, that's all anybody needs for permission.
Well, it's not necessarily a soundbite. It could be a video.
Well, yeah, like I said, if you've seen it or heard it, you're free to use it.
Okay, thank you. And Kenny, do I get your permission if I want to use something else?
Yes,
No,
you're more.
it's only for this purposes only. I will not call you out, or sorry, I will not call you out. I will not, degrade you in any way, just so you know, if I were to do that. But it's only for this kind of a thing here.
I understand. Yeah, you're
Ahoy there!
welcome
Your
to.
captain is speaking, the real captain, Captain Billy J. Captain back to back, captain side by side of a day in between in
Of course, he's
25.
not here.
And he's not here. I was hoping he would be here today. I sent him a link.
Billy.
But what was I going to say? I lost train of thought now. Thanks. Help me to get back online.
You're more than welcome to use it if it's on there. You're more welcome to use it.
All right. Well, for one, the soundbite that I used for you, Kenny, it was from my own video, so I can use it.
I bet I know which one that one is.
What's that?
I bet I know which one that one is.
Where I said it's definitely a 10?
Definitely 10. But I need one more from you, though, Kenny.
Yes.
You know which one?
Make your tongue slap your brain.
There we go. That's right. So, are you able to send me a sound clip of you saying that?
Make your tongue slap your brain.
Yeah, the whole thing that you say.
Okay, it's definitely 10, and it will definitely make your tongue slap your brain.
No, just the tongue. I already have it's definitely a 10. I got that from my own video. But the tongue slap your brain part, I want that one.
Okay, it would definitely make your tongue slap your brain.
That's right. And then Dewey, I'm not telling you which one I'm going to use for you.
Oh boy.
It may not be a sound clip. It might be a video.
With me, that could be almost anything. So that's
Dewey. Yeah. So Kenny, you're going on a cruise soon, I hear.
Yeah, 500 and some odd days. It's November.
500? I thought it was this year.
No, not until 2025.
Oh, I thought you were going on the cruise with Amy and them.
No, I haven't really have any plans right now for any cruising right now.
It's just chillax.
I'm trying to
Hanging out in the phone with his fiance there.
well, I'm trying to get to where I can work on getting moved closer to my dad and be closer to her.
This is hold on. Oh, come on, green screen, go away. No, it won't do it. Interesting. How do you do this?
Color.
Oh, wait. Oh, I almost had it, guys. It's going to get in. Come on. Come here. I'll just say it. 3 months, 7 days, and 19 hours. That's when our trip is. Dewey, what's your next one?
The one that we were supposed to be on. I'm hoping I'll get to go to Alaska in August, but I got to find the money first. So.
Oh, that would be nice.
Dewey, I know how you get on a free cruise. Would you like me to remind you of how to get a free cruise, Dewey?
That would be a soundbite for you.
Yeah, exactly. We got to make some sound bites for Larry.
Kenny, as travel agents, you get a free graduation cruise when you do the princess training. And we're trying to encourage Dewey to do the training so he can get the free cruise.
No.
And Dewey, you can get a half. They had actually not too long ago. They had half world cruises. No, sorry, not half world. They were naming them world cruises.
Mr. Bootsy.
That's our Bootsy. Hi, Daddy boy. What are you doing? Are you going to talk on the computer? Say hi. Hi, Dewey. Hi, Dewey.
Hi, Bootsy.
Hey, Bootsy.
His name's Charlie, guys.
We call him Bootsy. He's got about 10 million names.
He doesn't know his real name.
No.
He really doesn't.
It's like my cat. When we got her, she was named Muffin, but she never seemed to respond to that. And one day, my wife, just being silly, called her Monkey, and all of a sudden, she responded to that. So
Yeah.
we just started calling her that.
Well, he kind of responds to Bootsy, like, night, Bootsy, and he'll run into the room at some point down the road. We don't know if it's him responding to the word Bootsy.
I think it's more the sound of your voice they respond to, not like the actual.
Well, they say animals respond to the C sound. So that's like kitty, puppy, anything.
Oh, yeah.
That may have been why my cat responded to monkey as opposed to muffin. So,
Yeah.
but hey, at least she responded, so we knew she wasn't dead.
They respond. Yeah.
Kenny, are you allowed pets?
Not in this house, ain't.
Oh, that sucks. Would you have a pet if you were allowed?
A lot of work.
Yeah, if I could, if I'd have. And I don't think where I'm planning on. I don't think I'm allowed to even have pets at the other place either.
No.
If you could have, what kind of pet would it be?
It would be a dog, probably.
I don't know you guys with dogs, man.
And of course, I could probably deal with a cat too, but it's at least a cat would be a lot easier to take care of.
Yeah, they're a lot easier
because they pretty much take care of themselves and clean themselves. So
yeah, exactly.
And I mean, the only thing you'd have to do is pretty much clean out the litter box and
and feed them.
Feed them, and then they do their own thing. I mean, so.
Have you ever been to a Fantastic Cruising's channel?
Who, me? Yeah, several times. Yeah.
Did you see what they have? They have snakes and bearded dragons and.
I don't know if I want to go. I don't know if I want to go that route, but.
Their lizard Marty is so cute.
They called one of their bearded dragons Marty, M-A-R-D-I, as a short name for the Mardi Gras, where they get married on. They get married on the Mardi Gras, and so they named one of their bearded dragons Marty.
She's so cute. She just sits on their shoulder, just sits there the whole show that they're having.
Yeah, staring like right at Kimbra's neck. Speaking of, oh yeah, that's right. We went to dinner with Matt and Kimbra. Do we remember that dinner that we had?
Yeah.
That actually, I think it was that dinner. Well, a combination of me and you going to Gigi's, and then we went to Capitan, whatever that one's called. That really sold me on what do you call them? The dining, specialty dining. That's all I ever want to eat now is just specialty dining. Yes, it's an upcharge, but that's
on
all.
Carnival, it's the best option.
So, like with Princess, is there a difference?
They have specialty dining, but their dining room food there is good. Their buffet food is much better than Carnival's. I'm not a big fan of Carnival's food other than the specialty dining.
Okay, so there you go. So this is exactly why I asked you, Dewey, because I know you worked in a restaurant before.
Mhm.
So I'm getting a viewpoint coming from somebody that's worked in restaurants, whereas somebody else, that's just their own personal opinion on what they think of Carnival. Oh man, I had the best prime rib at Carnival's MDRs. Like, to be honest, that was the worst I've ever had in my life.
Yeah, I love when people post on Facebook about how wonderful the food was on their Carnival adventure, and it's like, well, sorry, you haven't got out better.
Yeah, really. Like, and that's why I chose to like the specialty dining, because that's where obviously you're paying for an upcharge. They're going to give you a better quality and better. Well, I'm
And
not
that's
gonna
not
say,
always guaranteed either. And my experiences with Chebang has been, I think I've been there 5 times, and I've only had one good experience there. So
oh really? So the Chivang, that's the Mexican and what? Chinese,
Mexican and Japanese.
Japanese together restaurant. It's on the bigger, the newer, bigger ships and stuff. Yeah, I haven't tried that one yet, but I think right now, well, yeah, the steakhouse is always going to be my favorite.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what cruise I'm on, whose cruise line. No, I'll always like a specialty dining steak. Truthfully, the MDR steak, I had it for breakfast one morning.
No.
That was disgusting. It was. You guys, I don't know how you guys call it down the States. What do you guys, how do you have levels? So here in Canada, we have 3 different levels of steak. We have A, double A, or triple A. So triple A steak would be, I think what's the top?
Prime.
Prime. Okay, so triple A would be our prime. Double A would be your choice, I think it is. Choice, and then single A.
Select.
Select. But you have 4, I think, right, in America?
I think there may be 4, but you really only hear about the 3.
Okay, so in my opinion, because Carnival's cruise prices are pretty low, obviously they're going to give you a lower quality kind of service. I'm talking product.
Mm-hmm.
Like
when you get a prime rib where you can read the pattern in the china underneath the meat, you know that you're getting chinced.
Yeah, well, see, my thing, I'm a big beef eater, and I'm very picky about beef. Mm-hmm. And so what it was is I ordered, because I like medium rare, and I ordered this and I'm not picking on the Chinese or anything, but I ordered a steak and eggs breakfast from a Chinese restaurant, and it was just like your hole in the wall kind of Chinese that sold steak and eggs. Anyway, so I had that, and it was a single A steak, and that's for people that just, hey, I like steak, I'll eat steak, which is fine. You can say it's beautiful, but for somebody that's really picky and knows food, yeah. It's. I'm sad to say, Carnival's MDR food sucks. It really did. But
the buffets on Carnival sometimes, some ships are good. Some the bigger ships have better buffets, but we were on the Carnival Miracle, which is probably the worst Carnival ship I've ever been on.
Really? Wow.
And,
well, it's an older ship. Miracle's old.
We went to Alaska a few years ago, and there was me and Neil and Kim and Ronnie and Alma and Mary Ellen Dillon, I think, was on that cruise too. She wasn't part of our group, but she just happened to be on that cruise. Yeah. And Neil is a buffet feed. He would take the buffet over anything else.
Yeah, he is.
He wouldn't even eat in the buffet on that ship.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
See, I was pretty picky with the buffets as well, but there was some hit and miss stuff in there. It was okay.
And that was the one bad thing that I could probably say about the on the Princess. They had a buffet with a lot of choices, but everything seemed to taste alike.
See, that's how Ananda likes. Like she doesn't like spices that much. They just like plain food, right? You know, like healthy food.
Roast beef and a piece of fish and some shrimp and maybe some veal or pork or something. I want to be able to tell that I ate roast beef and shrimp and fish and veal. I don't want it to just all taste like Okay, I ate.
Yeah. What do you call it? There was a couple things that I liked in the buffets. Now, of course, I always ate that. What do you call it? On both cruises. What do you call it? Mongolian wok, I think it's called.
Yeah.
I love I love stir fried noodles. I can eat them for breakfast, dinner, and lunch. And so I go to that one a lot. But then I actually, what's it called? Blue Iguana. They have some good stuff. I must.
Yeah, that's my place for breakfast on a Carnival ship.
Pardon?
That's my favorite place for breakfast on a Carnival ship.
So Ananda's got me eating a lot of fruits and stuff. So I'm a buffet guy for breakfast, but I never did try the lunch. I never did get a chance on any of those cruises. I'm never going to try the lunch on the Blue Iguanas. Like
Usually, if I eat lunch in the buffet, it's the salad bar.
See, I always went to Golden or whatever it's called, Mongolian wok or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But on like sometimes I just like on this Princess Cruise, the very first day, I was hungry. We went to the buffet late in the afternoon, and I just wanted meat. That's all I wanted. I didn't want anything else. And
you're talking my talk now.
They had the most tenderest roast beef. You could just cut it with your fork and stuff. It was delicious, and it tasted good. But everything else I got, because I got a little bit of other meats and stuff too, but they all just seemed to taste alike. But the roast beef definitely was good.
Kenny, I don't remember seeing any videos from your cruise. Your last one.
Oh, Carnival? Sunshine?
Well, yeah, the Sunshine. Did you have any of those videos out yet?
No, I'm still trying to get some help editing them.
I was going to ask you to help edit mine from when we were on our cruise in 2022.
I don't know. When it comes to editing, I don't know nothing about that.
I know, Kenny. Editing is tough, man. It's really tough.
That's the reason why when I post videos, them, what you see is what you get. So I don't usually edit my videos, but when there's a couple of videos that I wanted to put together because it combine it and I don't know how to, and I have an editing software program, but I still don't know how to use it.
Which one?
I think it's the Wagyu or whatever.
Oh, I never heard of that.
Or I also have Filmora Go, I think.
Filmora is good, but don't you have I thought you have a laptop.
I do, but I usually do it through the when I upload videos, I usually do it through the phone.
Yeah.
And and so I'm not really that
see, Kenny, I'm a
tech savvy, so to speak.
Well, Dewey knows what that is, Dewey. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hard drives, Dewey. Not including external hard drives. These are all internal hard drives. So I switch back and forth. I don't do anything on a phone, Kenny, because I don't want to go so I can see. I don't have great eyes. Neither do you. All of us wear glasses. So I hate doing anything on those phones, man. It is tough. Dewey, what do you use for software?
Premiere Pro.
Yeah, that's what I have. Yeah, which is a very difficult program to really fully understand, but it's not once you get to know it.
Yeah, a lot of things that I do, I'm doing it with a YouTube video showing me how to do it while I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Kenny, I suggest for you is learning how to use Canva because it's free, right? And they have a massive amount of free things a massive amount.
Mhm.
Now, I have a pro account because there's certain features that I want to be able to use within that, but you don't necessarily need a pro account with Canva. There's other things that, I can send you links to other places where you can get them. So in the case of Canva, they use this free website called Pexels. And so when you use the free version, it's still with Pexels, but it's very limited search topics or search results. If you get the pro, it gives you a bunch more. Well, that's still not what this Pexels have. So I can share the link with you. That's the full that has all of it for free, right? It's just in Canva, they charge you to use it in within their app, right? But Canva is a very simple program to learn once you get used to it. And there's this.
And two, I've heard so many people, they will spend hours and hours on a video, and I'm like, how do you spend that? I'm like, I just don't have the patience to spend that long. Yeah.
I hear you.
Because I've heard YouTube creators themselves, some YouTube creators themselves say they will spend 8 hours just editing one video, and I'm like,
Oh, thank you.
Kenny, do you know how many times and how many hours I spent on just trying to get this first video of our cruise when we went on a cruise with you in 2022? I've spent probably 40 hours on this one video trying to get it started and going properly, and I cannot get it going. But I choose, and Dewey knows this too, Premiere Pro is a very, very graphic, very computer strong program, and so a lot of things I get, computer crashes and stuff like that, but it's a certain type of video that I want to put out, Kenny. Do you know what I mean? Like in your case here, there's nothing wrong with using Filmora or Canva or all those free ones, right?
Yeah.
But I choose to use the higher end program because there's certain elements that I want to add into my videos. Right now I'm struggling with just trying to take the video footage that I had and create a story with it. It's just,
I
don't want to cut this part out because to me it's important, but is it important to Kenny if he watches my video and all those things? It just,
I just don't have the patience to sit there for hours on editing a video.
Well, I just wanted to bring in here right now, guys, within this. So my channel is called Cognitive Nomad. Nomad means that we're into traveling. I didn't just call it Cognitive Nomad because I'm nomadic and we talk about cruising. Nomadic means is we're on a journey to rediscover who we are. That's what I'm trying to create within this channel. Like, supporting each other. We're on a journey, and that's still nomadic. We're on this journey. Right now, I'm actually Kenny. I'm actually writing a children's book in Canva right now. I've already did it. I used Dewey. I've used Chat GPT, by the way. But Chat GPT.
That's a big thing story.
But Chat GPT isn't meant to use just as the information. You need to put your own thing into it and stuff like that, and that's what I'm doing. I would show you right now. It's a little book about travel. If you don't mind, can I just say a couple words? What's coming in it?
It's your channel. You can do whatever you want.
Oh, well, but it's your channel too. So it's called, oh no, it's not going to come out. It's called Globetrotting with Ethan, Lessons from Around the World. Once upon a time, in a very cozy village nestled between rolling hills, lived a curious boy named Ethan. Unlike other kids who love games of tag, Ethan craved adventure. His heart thumped with excitement for faraway lands, just like the ones he saw in his favorite books. Every day, he'd race to the village library, his nose glued to the pages filled with stories of hidden jungles, sparkling oceans, and even mountains that touched the clouds. He couldn't wait to have his own grand adventure someday. Ethan wasn't like the other kids. Sure, they loved tag and hide and seek, but Ethan, his favorite game was pretend you're on an adventure. He'd close his eyes and imagine zooming through fluffy white clouds like a superhero, or climbing mountains so they tickled the sky. Sometimes he'd pretend to dive in the sparkling oceans where colorful fish swam around him like confetti. I won't say the whole story, but what it is, it's a story about, this is my own image and vision of life. This is a life vision for me, for people, and everybody, including you guys. I don't need to convince you guys. You guys are all adventurous already. You know, including Andy. We're all adventurous. But what I want, and this is the awareness that I want out there, it's important that we need to get out of our bubble where we're from and learn about life. And this is what this little story is all about. And I want to encourage and inspire young kids to get out there and travel the world. Not necessarily, you know, do certain things. It's just consider checking out the world, go somewhere and experience some different cultures instead of, you know what I mean? I've learned so much from you guys. You guys don't know that. I'm from Canada. You're from, you know, America. Even though we're still, you know, white people or whatever, but your culture is different than ours. And I've learned so much from you guys, and it's amazing, right? That's why I'm able to understand when you guys say, well, it's 54 degrees Fahrenheit. I understand what that is. A lot of people think, well, you know, what's that in Celsius? So they'll run to Celsius and ignore that you just said it's 54. You know, I'm considering your culture, Dewey and Kenny. I'm considering what your culture is all about, and understanding that my life, my world isn't just my world. It's everybody's world, and we need to learn how to get along with each other. And that's how we learn about different cultures and stuff like that. So that's what I'm trying to also, when I named this channel Cognitive Nomad, we're all on this journey of exploration. Where did I put it on the last page? I wanted to just say what the last part on this book was. There's the last page. There's the thing on the last page I want to say. And is adventure is the key to knowing the world and ourselves. Right? A lot of things with mental health, we don't understand them. We you know, we're not given this book of life, but it explains why we're struggling with mental health and stuff like that. And so all this is what I'm trying to create with this channel. But I want it to be a community-driven channel. So here we are sitting talking about cruising, right? You know, what's that got to do with mental health? Well, it's got a lot to do with mental health, really. I deal with chronic pain. Kenny is in a walker, right? A lot of people sit back and think, you know what, Kenny, that, you know what, I'm in a walker. Feel sorry for me. I'm going to sit in my house and do nothing. You got to do everything for me, world. It's not the thing. We need to get out there and explore and all that. And so we're all of us are dealing with some kind of mental health thing or physical pain or whatever the case may be. And so and that's why the slogan on my other channel is if we can do it, so can you. And Kenny, honest to God's truth, okay?
Okay.
You were the cause of that inspiration. Honest to God, you were the cause of that inspiration, Kenny. It's because you chose to walk up that hill, didn't you not? Mm-hmm. That hill. That was my, and Andy can tell you, I cried when I saw you walking up that hill, Kenny, right? Because a lot of people with disabilities, they're afraid to go out there and do things in this world because, well, you know, I'm going to be sore. I can't walk around a cruise ship and stuff like. Yeah, you can, if you want to.
You gotta put your mind to it. You gotta have that one.
Put your mind to it, Kenny. And those that are listening, you know what? I could barely keep up to Kenny. Walking with Kenny, he was freaking flying down the hallway.
I can vouch for that. That's the closest I've walked and probably are running and closest I've come in 40 years.
Yeah.
I've learned a long time ago that I can do anything I want to do if I just put my mind to it.
Yeah.
And
Now, of course, Kenny, we all do have limitations. We do.
yes,
Okay?
yeah.
I just wanted to put that in there, but keep going. Sorry.
And I also learned too, and I also know that if I just give up and quit and not do anything, and I just waste away to nothing.
Yes.
So
And what I always try to emphasize to people when I tell them about, like just get out there and travel. Just because you're traveling doesn't mean you have to go to the Caribbean or to Europe or Australia. You can travel to the next town over, the next county, the next state. Just do something different because you can. So many people say, well, I haven't done this, I haven't done that. Why? Usually it's their own choice that they haven't done that. Granted, there are some things that some people can't do and stuff, but many, many more things, it's just because of your attitude. And if you make up your mind to do it, then you can do it and you can enjoy it. And it doesn't have to be something big and luxurious to enjoy it.
The key point there is just getting out and exploring and seeing new things outside of that little bubble, because all we can see is, oh, I have a really bad back and really bad knees. I can't get out there because I'm really sore. It hurts. I'm just going to lay in bed and watch TV all day. Sure, you can do that.
My wife and I did something we called rolling picnics. When I was in the hospital with my heart back in '99, my roommate in the hospital, he was an old guy, and he was telling us about this, and we adapted it as one of our favorite activities. But basically with a rolling picnic, we would jump in the car, we'd grab the dog, we'd load up a lunch or something, and we would just pick a direction and go. And the only rule was no interstates. And you know how when you're normally traveling, you get somewhere and you say, well, I wonder what's down there, or you wonder what's down there. On the rolling picnic, that was the direction we'd go. You hit an intersection, it's like, okay, let's try that way. Yeah. And we ended up putting 600 miles in one day. We were all the way down in southern Indiana, and we realized, damn, we got to head home. But you can go a very short distance. I think one of the most enjoyable little trips when we first got our dog, the very next day we went on a rolling picnic, and that's when we realized she was the perfect dog for us because she had no trouble. We stopped at this little town that wasn't much more than a church, an old playground, and maybe a couple of houses, and that was all there was to it. And we sat there in that park and, swang on the swangs and played on the teeter-totter, and the dog ran and the dog ran around, and we had a grand old time. And it was nothing elaborate. It's nothing that anybody probably even care about. But we had fun, and that's what's important. You got to go out and do something just for yourself.
I just wanted to add in there the important thing in that, Dewey. You said you went to somewhere and you only saw this or that. The fun part is the important things. But I just wanted people to see that you can relate all this stuff to. Sorry, my cat just touched my leg and it freaked me out. I thought it was a spider.
A furry one.
Furry. Gucci, you're weirding me out with your cat on my leg. Sorry, guys. It can all be related to mental health, because we are sitting there and we're struggling and we're giving up on life. Well, you know what? Go out there and see these things and explore and stop thinking, oh, my life is so rough and tough. Yeah, it is. Every human being's probably had many different struggles in their life, but they don't give up. It's because we're too focused on that negative garbage that's going on. Oh, I got a back pain, or my legs are sore, I can't walk, or like I said with this thing here earlier with you're sitting in your shit. You know what? Get out there. Do it. Stop worrying about it. Kenny, how did you get up that mountain? How?
I just put my mind to it. Just said I had a determination that I was going to do it, and I did it. So.
But you also had help, right?
I also had some help, yes.
That's right. So that's what the point I'm trying to make in there. So you might sit there and think, well, no, I can't get up the hill. I'm in a wheelchair. Well, you know what? Find somebody that will help you to get out there and explore. I'm not saying to somebody that's in a wheelchair, you know, hey, you got to go climb that mountain. That's not what I'm meaning. There's ways that you can get out there and not live within yourself, and you're just killing yourself by feeling sorry for yourself. It's you got to get out there and explore and see what you're saying, Dewey. You know, going, oh, wow. My previous girlfriend before Ananda, that's what we would do. We'd go out every Sunday and go for a drive. Where are we going? We'd look at a map. Okay, you know what? Let's go there. And we'd just go explore, see what's out there. And it's amazing what you find when you go out there, right? You know, it might be boring to you, but you know what? It's better than sitting in your house feeling sorry for yourself.
Yeah, you can find some of the most amazing things accidentally, and they'll find a lot more exciting things than you look for on purpose sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So when I went on my last cruise, Dewey, no, wait, was it my first cruise? I think it was the last time I did the 13th. No, on your cruise with you. Prior to that, you know what sedentary is. Prior to that, Dewey, I would barely make 1,000 steps a day in my life. 1,000 steps. The number sounds big, but really, when you think about getting out and being active, 1,000 steps is nothing.
Oh, yeah.
Went on your
And
cruise.
I'm guilty. See what I'm doing? I'm sitting here in this recliner. This is my life when I'm not cruising or traveling. I'm very much a lazy thug.
And it doesn't help us all. Ananda and I have incorporated one of the good things, I guess we could say, the good thing that happened with the fire, Dewey, is we used to go to breakfast every morning to this little cafe in a grocery store. We still do, and that's what we do every day. It's so mentally positive on our lives. So many things that are positive about it, instead of just sitting at home feeling depressed and stuff, because we get a lot of rain here and it's really freaking depressing, right? You know, at least I'm getting more steps than I was before. You know what I mean? That's what I was saying with the other thing. Before I went away on that cruise, I was no more than 1,000. When I went on my cruise, I did 13,000. And I actually have really bad arthritis. I'm most likely going to need a new knee replacement one day. I broke 3 vertebrae in my lower back, which has arthritis going on there. I have calcium buildup on my shoulders. This isn't a feel sorry for me guy. I'm not asking you guys to feel sorry for me. I'm just saying this is what I go through, and I need to get out there. And Anna has pain, and these are just physical pains. This is not mental health pains that I got to deal with. Depression. I'm diagnosed with borderline personality disorder. All those things, those are disabilities, and I refuse to allow them to control my life. And that's why I want to get out there and show and share everything to everybody, you know, that you can still do it. So I was taking that time just to really clarify about what my channel. That's what I was just doing there. You know what I mean? I wanted to clarify what my channel is, because some people might come in here and see, okay, well, I thought this was a mental health channel, not cruising channel. Well, it's called Cognitive Nomad. It's about getting out there and travel. We're on a journey. So a journey dealing with mental health is a journey. You got to work through a lot of stuff, like Ananda and I are doing right now. We're going 2 hours every week of our day for a year. So yeah, we're committed to making things better for ourselves. Ananda did some in-house programs, so did I. Like, you know, we decided to sit back and say, you know what, we're not going to sit in this shit anymore. We're going to get out there and make a difference, right?
Yep. And if you're going to sit in the shit, make sure it's a shit of choice.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Exactly.
Where did Kenny go?
Kenny popped out.
Kenny, come back! Oh, I know where he's at. He's on his phone talking to his fiance.
Yeah, exactly. Good thing you shut the camera off.
So we're already caught up. Nobody's talking in the chat. Is there anybody here?
I think
There's
we lost
5. So that's the thing about panel talks. It's
okay.
It's okay.
It's just supporting whoever wants.
That's right. So yeah, I can clarify that right now. Yes, we might not be talking to the chat. I do pay attention to the chat and everything, but in this case here, I do get annoyed when some people don't pay attention to the chat. But in this case, in this kind of a situation, whereas us talking up here is the information. It's no different than anything else. And that's why I need to learn how to be patient with others that don't go into the chat, because I hate it with Tony and Jenny where they get like 1,000 people in their lives, and I stop going there, and it's like, you know what I mean? Like, okay, what? They don't care about me, man. They never look at my comment. They never commented, and they always talk, or they'll comment to somebody that they know. That's not the case. So, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
What happened?
I just had to go get the rest of liquid. Where have been drinking coffee?
Oh, okay. I thought you had to get rid of some liquid.
Yeah. Well, they say the more you drink, the more you're gonna go.
Definitely.
So, Dewey, I'm curious. When you're on those cruises and you're having those kind of struggles, how do you deal with them?
Usually I'll end up withdrawing and just sitting in my cabin by myself. When I was on, the last cruise I went, when I was last year, when I was on the one with Fantastic Cruising, there were a number of times that I just didn't feel like doing anything. So, Danny and Billy would go ashore for something. It's like, yeah, I'm just not in the mood for that today. And I would just sit in my room. And then by afternoon, I'd be over my funk, and when everybody come back, I'd be, all cheery and happy again. But it just, you go through those sometimes, and you just kind of work them out, what works best for you. And sometimes with me, sometimes I got to force myself to do things to get out of that funk. Sometimes I just need to kind of let the funk happen and get it out of the system. So,
well said, Dewey, because that's what happened when I was on with you guys, right? I told you the story that, I felt like I was being left out because you guys were all talking in Facebook Messenger, and I was on the $5 app, like you're saying with your last thing. You didn't have, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Now, I have BPD, borderline personality disorder, so I'm afraid of abandonment, right? That's part of my mental health that I'm dealing with, and I'm dealing with it pretty good, actually. But so here I am sitting on the cruise thinking, oh gosh, these guys, they don't like me. Here I am on a cruise. I just spent all this money. I went on a cruise with you guys, and, like, nobody's talking to me. Kenny wouldn't even talk to me. And I'm kidding. We had a great time. I had a great time with you, Kenny.
Yeah, I had a good time with you as well.
Even though it was visiting an infirmary.
And what now?
Even though we had to visit an infirmary, hospital, when we went downstairs to get the testing, Kenny.
Oh, yeah. I thought I was going to have to stay in my room the whole cruise.
I would have had to stay with you. You know that, right? You knew what was going on. If I would have tested positive with you, they would have made me stay in the same room with you.
Really?
Yeah.
That would have been romantic.
That's what was going on. Well, Kenny didn't have his own room, right? Kenny, we could snuggle, Kenny. Family bear, and then it will tell you, I'm pretty cuddly. What's that?
I said you didn't snuggle with me.
It's because your mask was really loud, dude. Speaking of that, Dewey,
I'm gonna go excuse myself.
Yeah,
I have to go to the washroom.
It's okay.
Bye.
Yeah, I'm gonna end it here in 7 more minutes. The mask. Do you ever have problems getting mask supplies, Dewey?
Usually I just order them on Amazon.
Okay, what happens if one of your products breaks?
Depends what it is. If it's the machine, then I go through the doctor and the insurance to get it. But if it's just like I just this week ordered new headgear and masks because mine were getting worn out. I've had them for, since that cruise, it's the same set.
Yeah. So the reason why I'm saying this, Dewey, is I'm on disability and we get hours paid for it. The program pays for our new stuff.
Yeah, my insurance pay for most of that too, but sometimes it's just easier. I mean, it's not like the mask and the headgear. It's not like they're that expensive. So the stuff that is expensive, I definitely go through the insurance.
Yeah, it's the medical insurance basically that pays for it, same as you, Dewey. And so the reason why I'm saying that, Dewey, almost a month ago, my mask broke.
Hmm.
The framing, because I do nasal. You're a full face, right? Yours is full face.
Well, I get the full nose. I don't have just the nasal.
Yeah, that's what I get. That's so we're both the same then. Anyway, the frame for where the cushion sits in broke multiple times. So I call up my place and they're saying this and that. Do you know what it costs for my mask through this insurance company? $275
For the mask?
for the whole mask. Like this, I'm talking the whole kit. The strap, the cushion, and the what do you call it? $275. That's what they charge, Dewey.
Now that's Canadian though, isn't it?
Yes, but there's an explanation to what you're saying there. Just give me a sec, Kenny. It's been over a month. So now my question to you, Dewey, the reason why I brought this up, what do you do in the meantime? How do you deal with that in the meantime?
$275 for this piece of plastic.
Well,
Are you kidding?
now, I like when I cruise, I don't take my machine anymore. I have a small.
Oh, you have that little thing. You get that small little thing.
I've got a small little USB one where if I'm having problems, that will usually get me through the night. But with all the weight I've lost and stuff, it's a lot easier now. But yeah, the headgear I just bought, I think I just paid what was it, $10 for that, and the mask was where's it at? It wasn't much more than that either. It was just the rubber part of it, not the whole.
That's the cushion. That's called the cushion. Yeah.
Yeah, because and that was what $28. So
we could have done that ourselves, Dewey, but they wouldn't have paid for it.
Yeah, I said
So
when I buy from Amazon, I don't even turn it into the insurance because of it's just not worth it for that little. But my machine, the first machine I had for nearly 20 years before it finally gave up the ghost. And I couldn't even get it fixed or something. It was so obsolete. They said, we're going to have to get you something totally different because they don't even make that anymore. And,
actually, since the cruise, I got a new machine too, Dewey, just by the way. Yeah.
And I had to go through the whole testing process again and get a new prescription and everything just to get a new machine.
So here I am. Okay, the reason why I'm saying, Dewey, you have a backup. You have something that you can use, which I might get myself. Can't you order it online?
What's your pressure on your mask?
Between 8 and 12.
Yeah, that would probably, because see, mine's 17.
And you're okay with it now. How do you feel the next morning when you use it?
Not as rusted as if I had the full machine and stuff,
Okay.
but now, like since I've lost so much weight and stuff, I don't have as much struggle breathing, and so like I said, I don't even take it on my cruises anymore. And like on this last trip, I never even used the little USB nasal thing, and I can say well enough without it. But when I was still heavy and using that machine all the time, I could probably count 5 days in 20 years that I didn't sleep with the machine.
I've 3 times within the last. I moved up here, so in 9 years, it's been 3 times that I've slept without that machine, and it is the worst feeling ever. For me, it's the worst headaches, the worst.
I didn't even. When I first got diagnosed, I didn't even realize how bad I was sleeping until I started sleeping with the machine and realized, holy crap! So it was. I mean, when they did the appointments and stuff to evaluate you, all these questions they were asking, I'm like, yeah, and it's like I didn't even realize that was a problem. That was just a way of life. I hadn't known anything different.
My
So-
brother, as in Cindy here, our brother in Toronto, he actually is supposed to sleep with a CPAP, but he won't. He just can't get used to it.
Billy's like that. He was diagnosed and he's tried it for a few weeks and he didn't like it, so he said, "No, I won't use it."
I can't. And that's why I'm there. And the reason why I brought it up, Dewey, is luckily she was able to jerry rig the strap. So what happens is there's a little hook where the strap clicks on. That broke, right? So she had to wrap it around the other part of the frame, and now it's given it to me, and it's doing okay. But now Dawn is asking, "Can you order it online?" Yeah, I can certainly order it online. But what happens is, so with the ministry, they pay for it. We don't have to pay it out of our pocket, and so I approached the proper way of doing it with the CPAP place that I deal with. And well, the first thing they said, I'm going to have to wait just for the cushion, Dewey, because that broke first a couple months ago. They said, you're going to have to wait 2 to 3 weeks to get pre-approved from the ministry. It's like, okay, you're telling me, okay, this CPAP is a medical device, okay? It can kill us if we don't use it. It can. So you're telling me I'm going to have to wait 2 to 3 weeks for a little piece that costs what you say, $28 for you? Do you know what I mean? That is like saying to somebody that uses oxygen to stay alive, and you tell them, you know what, you're going to have to wait 2 to 3 weeks to get pre-approved for them to pay for your oxygen.
Yeah,
Like,
that's why I don't go through the it's funny. The last time I got the new machine, I was still back in Illinois. I still get calls from that place to this day wanting to send me updates for I qualify for updates and say, I haven't been on your insurance for 3 years now. How can I qualify for updates from you?
Do you know what they had the gall to say, Dewey? Because, okay, you know what? We're on disability, okay? Okay, for one, I paid into a system. I'm on, and so is Cindy. We're both on what they call federal disability. It's called CPPD, Canada Pension Plans Disability. So that's a federal, that's based off of what we've worked throughout our life.
It's like our Social Security and stuff.
Social Security, right? So we're on that. We're on 2 systems. We're on the federal and we're on a provincial one. Because with the federal, it's not enough to make a living. You can't survive on whatever you get with that.
Yeah.
And so the provincial one tops you up to a certain level, and that's still not the greatest, by the way. Anyway, so we have to follow like you do, Dewey, like with insurance. And so this is what I did. So I talked to them, and they had the gall to say, you know what? A lot of the people save up money for if in these kind of situations. You want me, who's on disability, to save up money? Who are you to judge me and tell me I need to take money out of my own pocket when I paid into your system? I pay your paycheck. I paid into that system. You should be taking care of me. And my angry thing right now, it's been almost a month right now, and I'm still waiting for my mask. It's pathetic. And yes, I could have ordered it online, which is what I'm going to do from now on. But I need to be careful because the ministry pays for certain things, and I think you need to be connected to an actual place, not ordering stuff on. I don't know how it is with ordering online. Yes, I can order it myself and pay for it out of my own pocket, but I can't afford a brand new mask. Well, brand new one, the full mask itself with the strap, the cushion, and the frame is 100 and right now I think it said 100 and something cheap for my mask online. Well, they said the reason why it's taken long for me, they have the back order, and it's been almost a month. And I'm trying to figure out is it coming from China? Like you have to go build it over in China? TMI. What did I say TMI, Don? We'll talk later, Don. I think I figured it out, and I apologize. So, Kenny,
Yes.
do you get all your stuff paid for? Like your...
I do have to pay copay on one medication, but that's pretty much about it. Um,
Like your walker. Will they pay for that?
well, uh, that's another. I mean, I've been trying for months to get another one, but what it is, the insurance company won't. Even though I've had one of these for 29 years of my life.
One?
Well, I mean, I've had multiple ones.
Oh, okay. All right.
But what I'm saying is, for some reason, the insurance won't. I have to go through a evaluation for PT before the insurance will even. Because they have to evaluate to know that you need that before the insurance will even pay for it. Even though I've told them myself that that's the only way I can get around, and they and the thing about it is insurance won't pay. They'll only pay for one or the other. They'll only pay for a walker or a wheelchair, either one. They won't pay for both at the same time.
Wow.
Because see how it works is if they know that you can use a walker, then they say, well, then he don't need a wheelchair. Then we're not going to pay for it.
Wow.
That's how it is. And
Well, and that's where the insurance game is such a racket, because I went through the same kind of stuff because I've got bulging discs in my lower back, and for a time the only way that they got better when they would act up, I'd walk like literally the crooked old man. I couldn't even walk down the steps because I leaned so far forward that I would tumble, and so every time I had to go in there, what worked was a shot. But at first, I had to go through physical therapy. I had to get CAT scans and MRIs and all this stuff, which all they had to do is look at my record and realize I go through this like every 3 years, it seems. It's like, why spend all that money on all that stuff when all I need is that one lousy shot and it does the trick?
What kind of shot
They'll
do we?
make you go through all that.
What kind of shot?
It was some kind of a cortisone shot I gave you
Is
in
it
the back.
cortisone or Toradol or?
I don't remember. It's been so long now because I've
cortisone. It's a nice shot, but it can. It's not good if you do it all the time.
Yeah, so I've only done it, at that time I was having to do it about every 3 years, but then I started going to a chiropractor,
Yeah.
and ever since I've done that, I've never had to have a shot again. So,
see, for me, I have what they call what's it called again? Calcium buildup on my shoulders, and for a while I was getting cortisone shots for my shoulders, but there was a couple times where I ended up having to go to the hospital because it made the pain even worse. And what that's called is called cortisone flare up. And that was very painful. Like I was in tears. I have a very extremely high pain threshold. I know that as well because I just had some skin tags removed. And most people, they'll like when they remove the skin tags with this cauterizer thingy, they usually get freezing around it. I didn't need any freezing. And the doctor says, you know what? you're one of the first people come in here that never took no freezing. You took it like a trooper, he says. And I'm not bragging or anything, but I'm just trying to say, like with the pain threshold, I have and so with this cortisone flare up, man, oh my God, it was tough. I think I got it from because I used to do drywall and have to hold the drywall up like this. And that's where I got it from. And so I've had that issue. So they're saying I could get an operation, And I guess I don't like the sound how he said it. They have to scrape things in there. It's like, but I haven't done any of those cortisone shots in a while because it was quite painful. I don't want to end up, and you don't always go through it.
It's bad when the solution is worse than the trouble.
That's right. Yeah. So for my knees, we get prolotherapy. Prolotherapy, it's called. What is it again, love? No, I know. But what is in the prolotherapy? Some kind of sugar solution or something. Glucose, which helps encourage inflammation, which heals the thing. So we get that. I just had that done, I think it was last month or a month or two ago. Anyway, I had that done. That was fine. And I've actually had trouble with that a couple times too. But again, it's pretty bad, when the sugar injections. Yeah, Cindy says. Yeah.
But again, each state has different insurance policies, and each state, like if I was in Tennessee, I wouldn't have had no issue getting a new walker, because all I would have had to do was just go to the doctor, get a prescription, send it off, and I'd say within a couple of weeks, I'd done had a new walker by now. But see, North Carolina, before, like I said, before insurance will even pay for another one, I got to go through an evaluation through physical therapy, and I've been trying to get signed up for that for months, and still ain't heard back from that either. So,
Kenny, just one sec here. So somebody's coming in here. They're down in the basement and they want to come up. MC Nemesis on Amazon. So as I said from the get-go, this channel here, if you're not subscribed to the channel, and if I do not know you, I will not accept you to come up on the live feed. I apologize if this offends you, but I want to make sure there's no spam going through the channel. So please understand that I can't accept you to come up on the panel. There we go. Yeah, I'm offended. Yeah, okay, yeah, see you later. So what I do there is I block you. See ya. Remove. Where is it? Are you able to block, Dewey?
You should be able to do that from within StreamYard.
Put user in timeout, add as moderator, hide user on this channel.
I got you.
Thank you. He's done. Oh, there's Danny. There's our Danny. Hi, Danny. Danny, unfortunately, I'm just going to end up. See this guy here? You know what? Ooh, ban and delete. See ya. Yeah, see you later, buddy. You're blocked. I'm going to block you, you little son of a gun. And it's okay. How are you doing, Danny? Hope you're having a wonderful weekend. So yeah, Kenny, with yours there. It's so sad that you guys, because like we have the same kind of system up here as you guys. I don't know if you know that or not. Like each province or state has their own programs that they deal with, and it's still insurance and stuff like that. But the difference is we don't have to deal with any of that kind of stuff when we're dealing with the problem. That's my thing with your system down there is here you are, you got to decide, okay, I'm going to go to the hospital. Well, if I don't have medical insurance, I'm going to have to deal with this, $20,000 bill and have a headache. And you're already under stress as it is to get yourself fixed. Whereas us, we just walk in there and get help. Now, in the case what you're saying, Kenny, is we already know up front what we're allowed and what we're not allowed.
Yeah.
But we also have what they have, and it's now a new system that they get going on. They're called community integration specialists, I think they're called. And they're the people that work for the ministry that we call up and say, hey, look, hey, And this is what happened just here. We just paid for this mask $275 out of our own pocket. But the ministry, we called up this lady and said, hey, look, this is the situation. And within a couple of days, we had a check reimbursed for the whole thing, right? So we do have those kind of things, but we already know kind of like what we're entitled to, Kenny. Whereas you have to get all stressed out trying to figure out how to fix your problem, which is causing you even more.
I don't know. I mean, it's crazy how insurance companies, like I said, it varies in different states, and each you get different benefits from each state anyway. And like I said, of course, thankfully the copay that I pay on my medicine is only like $4. That's not bad.
Well, that's not bad. Yeah, of course. For us, we don't have any copays whatsoever.
Yeah. But,
now, we also, though, there is medications that we don't qualify for either. So in the diabetes medications, we had to get what they call pre-auth. So the doctor has to send in a note to the program and say, hey, look, this person needs it. And actually, I've been denied numerous times. And then finally, this one here took me 2 years to get on, and now I don't take it anymore.
Hey, John and Nancy.
Stuff they call it tiers. So
yeah,
you got like tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4, tier 5.
Wow. But I think for me, though, hi John, it is 1:16 p.m. here. I think the thing for me, it's that moment of when you need it, they expect you to deal with financial stuff first. That's my problem. Whereas with us, it's already in our system. The whole system is already taken care of for. So I go to the doctor and saying, look, I need this done. They do it, whatever, boom. They send the bill to whatever program it is, and then we don't get to deal with it. So we're not dealing with the stress of, okay, I have a broken leg, or I have this, or I have that. We don't have to worry about any of those kinds of things, because now, of course, what also happens is like, so if you're over a certain level income, yeah, you have to, I had to get taken out of my paycheck every 2 weeks. $150 a month, I think, for a single person. I think that's what I was paying, right? So we still have the same insurance like you guys do, but when we go to the medical centers, like as in doctors or hospitals, we don't have to think of that financial part of it. We just walk in and saying, here's our health card, and what's the problem? And then we say this, okay, we'll see you a triage nurse. Triage nurse says this and this and this, takes your pressure, whatever, brings you in the back, doctor talks to you, and then he sends you home with whatever, and that's it. You walk out the door, you don't get nothing. You don't have to deal with the headache of dealing with a hospital. And I'm not complaining or anything. Like all I'm saying, it just blows my mind how that, like, it's, America is such a rich country, and they don't seem to care much about the social part of it. I'm not saying we need a social what's it called, socialism? No. That's not what I'm saying.
Well, it's like they always say, the rich get richer and the poor get poorer.
No, yeah. My sister said it does take a very long time to see a specialist, though. She's right there. Very long time, like up to a year. Actually, when is mine? Mine's coming up, love. I forget about that. My specialist appointment. What? Yeah, on the 20th, July 20th. And I've been waiting probably 4 months now, 5 months now.
Well, that's what I hate. Like down here in Florida, we have this system that they everything's based on referrals. Well, back in Illinois, if a doctor sent you somewhere, they took care of the referrals. You just went to the appointment.
That's right, and that's how it is here. Yeah.
Down here, I have to call and get the referral for the doctor before they will even see me. And if the referral isn't on file when I show up, they cancel my appointment and reschedule. Now,
I think that's how it is. So what I do is, so the way it works here is we go to our doctor. Now, I don't have a doctor. I don't have a family doctor. I don't know if they have them down in America. They're called nurse practitioners, which are kind of like equal to doctors.
Yeah.
but they're still nurses. They don't have the actual full training as a doctor and the qualifications, so they can't prescribe like opiates or any of that stuff. But if you need an opiate, then they can, because they have multiple doctors wherever they are, so they can get them to approve for something, right?
Well, what I don't like down here, back in Illinois, it's like all of our hospitals there, they were interchangeable. So if you went to one system or the other, it didn't matter. Everybody spoke to everybody else. Down here, nobody speaks to anybody else. So, some of my doctors are at the university. Some of my doctors are at this hospital. Some of my doctors are at this one. They have to go through the process just like anybody else to get the records from each of the doctors that if anything is like, my cardiologist doesn't speak to my endocrinologist, who doesn't speak to my general practitioner. And it's like, and then with the referrals, I call to get the referral. They say, well, your doctor has to call to get that. I call the doctor and tell them that they told me that, and they says, no, you have to get that. It's like, well, you friggin' people make up your mind. So there's been times when I've showed up to the doctor and they didn't get the referrals yet. I call the referrals and they say this. I just hand them my phone and I say, okay, you guys deal with it. I'm not playing middleman here. Said, I'm doing what you asked and neither one of them is right. So you guys figure out what you need to do.
So Obamacare, how did that work? I never really got to understand what Obamacare was.
Well, the nice thing with Obamacare is that it makes insurance affordable because it's based on your income. So the less you make, the less you pay. But still fall under all the stupid rules.
So was it governmental? Like, it sounds like in your system, it sounds like it's privatized. So they're a private business that can charge you whatever the case may be, right? Isn't that? And then so the insurance.
It's based on the government still has their hand in it because, like I said, it is based on income. Because when I file my taxes, if my income level is higher than what I claimed, I have to pay back stuff that the government paid to go towards my insurance.
Yeah. I think it's the same way here. Like, well, because we're on disability, like we don't come anywhere near the income level to get, charged. And I'm sure you're the same way, Kenny. It's just, the way our system is, it's run by the government, right?
Mm-hmm.
The government is the boss, basically, the way I see it, right? Because it's all done by our taxes and all that headache stuff that, the financial stuff is all taken care of behind the scenes. And they deal with all that stuff. And that's why I don't understand why they don't have that kind of a system in place. It just makes sense to me, even though our system sucks. It really, like Dawn said, 2 years. Dawn has bad stuff on her back as well, Dewey, and she's been waiting 2 years for a procedure. Right? Yes, it sucks, but I just think this financial part is a farce. It really is. When they make you walk into the hospital, you're already stressed out because you're having whatever things needed. You're already stressed, and now they got to make you think of finances first before I go in there. So a lot of people are saying, you know what, I can't afford to go to the hospital. I'm just going to let my foot fall off.
Well, and that was one of the weird things. When my wife was in the hospital before she died, she was in one hospital for 5 weeks and another for 4. I never got a bill from either one of them. The only bill I got through any of that process was the day we took her to the hospital. I got the bill from the ambulance. And I know those bills because she was never in any kind of normal room. She was always in intensive care, coronary care, something care. So she was always in the expensive stuff, all of these different procedures and tests and stuff like that. I'm sure the bill had to be 6 or 7 digits, but I never got a single bill for any of it. One hospital did have me fill out some financial aid papers, but they never told me that I qualified for it. The other hospital, I just flat out never got anything from them. So.
I think you remember. Do you remember Sean and Steph?
Yeah.
I actually called the Mayo Clinic on their behalf. And I got really angry with them. I really did. But it's because I felt so passionate about what Sean was going through and stuff. I don't know if you know the whole story, and I'm not going to go into the specifics or anything, but I felt as though he should have been given a chance and they didn't. And I gave them my word, even though I'm in Canada, but I still disagreed with how they treated. The Mayo Clinic's, one of the best cancer treatment centers globally, and they turned Sean and Steph down. Without going into specifics, they turned it down, and I actually ended up calling the Mayo Clinic, and I gave them my peace of mind here. You know what? These people are suffering, and you're going to do this to them. They're going to deny him access to your help that you offer free to some of your citizens, without going into political stuff. And so he was forced to go to another hospital. Now, that's a whole different thing. That's not what I'm saying here. I just think it was sad that a hospital who's supposed to be compassionate and empathetic turned somebody down, like in that situation. He's cancer. He's dying of cancer. You do everything in your power to help that human being. That's what a human does. You take your thing. Stop thinking about your business. You take care of a human being. I'm taking care of my Saturday to hang out with you guys because I care about you guys more than myself. That's the moral thing to do. Not expect Dewey to pay. You got to pay $100,000 before we'll help you. Like, come on, that's not a human thing. That's what you're doing. You're greedy. Sorry. Namaste. I actually better get going, guys, because I'm starving. And it doesn't feed me anymore. I have to do my own feeding. Oh wait, no.
We have a whole night to go tonight, so.
No. She already fed me. She gave me some granola and some yogurt. What else did you give me, love? Yogurt, banana, granola, strawberries. Oh, we got these strawberries. Oh.
Make your tongue slap your brain.
There we go. Hey, don't forget. I want a sound bite with you saying that. Send it to me in Messenger. Record yourself saying it.
All right.
I want that sound bite. And I already got your. That's definitely a 10. I wish I could bring it over into this thing, but I can't. It's a good Billy. Billy's. What's that?
Huh?
Oh, I got Billy's here. He sent it in Messenger, and I had a hard time trying to figure out how to download it from Messenger, and then I finally figured it out, and now it's in here. But Billy didn't show up. Are they okay, Dewey? Do you know?
I haven't talked to him all day today. I'm assuming so, but
Is Billy coming to the show tonight?
as of last night, they were both planning on being here.
Well, yeah, they're participants because they're going to beat them out. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
Ahoy there! Your captain is speaking, the real captain, Captain Billy J. Captain back to back, Captain side by side of a day in between in 25.
Yeah. I love it.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to get a Dewey saying. I'll get you on that, but you got to get me a. You know what? No, I don't need to. I already know what I can do for you. I'll have a special one for Dewey. Anyway, guys, I'm going to let you guys go. The fake captain, the fake one. Ooh. Danny, those are fight words. Hey, you want to peek, Danny? You want to peek? I know she likes
tonight on Sexual Peekaboo then for our first week of our Dirty Laundry, which is like a newlywed game. So,
are you going to come check us out, Kenny?
I might be just getting home from church. I don't know.
Oh, so we got our boards already. Yeah, we're gonna win, Dewey.
We'll see.
Danny says she needs to tease Billy. So,
Yeah.
Danny, you can come out, check out Billy tonight and tease him all you want and root for us and the Sexual Peekaboo show. Anyway, guys, I'm going to let you guys go. Thank you for your time, and hope you guys have the great rest of your weekend. What's this? Maybe I'll come watch. Okay, we'll see you there. yeah, hope you have a great rest of your weekend. Any plans? Because it's not your long weekend anymore, is it?
Mm,
What's your plans,
No.
Dewey? What's your plans?
Just do the show tonight and no other plans. So
Dewey, if I was there, you would not see me in the house at all. Well, it's because I do water. So that's my thing. So I would be at that beach because you're what you said, 10, 15 minutes away from the beach.
yep.
I would be at the beach every single day. Every day. That's all I would do. But although I do like
Just
your
go to the pool right here. So
I know I do like your lanai because it was shady. There was some shady areas in there. Some all depends on the time of day. I think it was. Yeah, I do like your lanai. I would spend a lot of time in there. I think I would have a nice little lounger out there and just like you're doing right now. That's where I would have your lounger out in there. I like the outdoors. I love the smell of sounds, everything outside. So, Kenny, any plans?
No, just go to church tonight and tomorrow, and that's pretty much it. And then go see my dad Monday.
Guys, come on! You got to get some stuff going on. Although we don't have plans.
Well, I might try to do some packing to maybe try to see if I can maybe get some stuff packed. So,
So you can move to your closer to your fiance.
yeah, if I do get to move, I don't even know if I'll even actually get to move yet. It's not really set in stone.
Well, wouldn't you want to get it set in stone first before you pack?
Well, yeah, yeah, but then it's up to two. I don't want to wait till the last minute to be,
No, of course not. No, you don't want to wait there and I'm moving day. Let's pack like a lot of people do. They'll let the movers move them for them, packing for them.
Yeah. Like I said, I go Wednesday to fill out more paperwork, and then it'll go from there, I reckon.
See, Kenny, unfortunately for us, if I was down there with you, well, especially Dewey, okay? Florida,
Okay.
but I don't know North Carolina much, but in Florida, I've been there. I drive. I have a van. I would be out every single day in that van, going everywhere to the beaches and everything. But unfortunately, we can't really get out. We have beaches and lakes and everything here. But our gas, do you know what it is here? $8.60 a gallon Canadian, which is $6 something a gallon. So these little drives that you take to go to a little lake, that costs very expensive little drive. Whereas when the gas is cheaper, hey, you don't mind spending that. But
ouch.
Yeah, so yeah, we pay. So we haven't really been going out much. We go out to eat breakfast, and then actually we had to cut back on that too. But yeah, I would be out every day in the vehicle, man. I love being outside. And actually, I got some ideas for this channel, by the way. You're gonna have to wait and see. It's got to do with the outdoors. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. Dewey, I will see you tonight. Kenny, you got a live. When's your next live?
My next live will probably be Monday morning at 6 a.m. Eastern Standard.
Okay, no, evening live. I told you, I'm on the West Coast. It's 3 hours.
I know. Probably. I might do one Monday night. I don't know. I hadn't really.
Well, I have Monday night trivia.
Yeah,
you're gonna have a live over my trivia. Yeah, you're not gonna come to my trivia.
I'll come to your trivia. What I usually do is I usually raid you. Usually,
I know you do, and I very much appreciate that. Yes, thank you. I see that. I see your guys coming over.
Yeah.
So are you going to join us Monday night? Oh, you're talking about having a live feed previous to mine, because that's what I see you've been doing now.
Yeah, I've been doing a live previous to yours, and then I send everybody over.
That's right. So that then I can come over for a little. I can't stay for your whole show, but I'll pop in sometime for your shows. I did remember that doing that, but that's when last week I was setting everything up. You know how it is to set up a show. Kenny, come on.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway, Everybody saying bye to everyone.
Bye, y'all.
Okay, see you next week. See you tonight, Dewey. And now let me get my things that I always have going on here. You know how it works, guys. I actually have to do this. I didn't do this. Duh. I just want to let everybody else know we go live every Saturday with the Cognitive Nomad Show at 2 p.m. Eastern or 11 a.m. Pacific. We want to thank you all for your love and support. We appreciate you all, from Larry and Ananda from Cognitive Nomad. And we want to say thank you for joining us. And until next time, and remember, you are not alone, guys. Kenny, you know that. You're not alone. You got a big family around you. And Dewey, you do too. We're family with you, Dewey. You know what I mean? Anytime you want somebody to talk to you and you're feeling, you guys, I'm always here to chat, guys. We don't have a life, right? We're basically retired, all three of us, right? Want somebody to talk to and hang out, just give me a call and I'll chat. Good night, guys.
See y'all later.
For a show to begin, and I am hoping for a draw and not for a win, but this might be a no.